2022 Kia Carnival. Should you buy one over other minivans like the Honda Odyssey and Toyota Sienna? That's what we're going to find out. Welcome to Car Help Corner, where we help you, the consumer, master the process of car buying and car ownership. Anyone who's a fan of minivans knows that they're the ultimate vehicles when it comes to practicality. If you're looking for the maximum amount of passenger space and cargo space, then realistically no SUV can come close to a minivan. Although the selection of minivans on the market is nowhere near as good as SUVs, there are still some really popular options, including the Honda Odyssey, Toyota Sienna, Chrysler Pacifica, and the all-new Kia Carnival. The question is, though, how does the Carnival stack up against the established players like the Odyssey and Sienna? Well, make sure to stick around to the end of the video because that's what we're going to find out. Now, although I am going to mention the Pacifica from time to time throughout this video because it is a relevant rival, I'm mostly going to focus on comparing the Carnival to the Honda Odyssey and Toyota Sienna because they are two of the most highly recommended minivans and have the best reputations when it comes to long-term reliability and high resale value. So if the Carnival is going to be a serious option, realistically those are the two minivans that it really needs to beat. So let's start off with the drivetrain. Now with the Carnival, you get a naturally aspirated 3.8 liter V6 engine that comes matched to an 8-speed automatic transmission with front wheel drive. Now there's definitely some positives and negatives with this drivetrain. Starting with the good, it is a very quiet and refined engine, and it does make a really good amount of power. 290 horsepower, which pretty much puts it on par with the Honda Odyssey and Chrysler Pacifica. It also has a good towing capacity of around 3,500 pounds, and it does come matched to a very smooth shifting automatic transmission. I do like the fact that Kia went with a simple, naturally aspirated V6 as opposed to a more complicated turbo engine, but the downside to that is that the fuel economy is only so-so. The Carnival will get anywhere from 20 to 25 miles per gallon, or around 9 to 13 liters per 100 kilometers, depending on the type of driving that you do. And if you load this thing up with a lot of cargo and passengers, realistically you're going to get on the lower end of those figures. So the fuel economy could definitely be a bit better. Although it's about on par with the V6 engines that you get in the Odyssey and Pacifica, it's definitely no match for the hybrid drivetrain that you get in the Sienna, which can easily get up to around 35 miles per gallon or 7 liters per 100 kilometers. It would have been nice to see a more fuel-efficient hybrid option like you get in the Sienna or the Pacifica, but unfortunately the V6 is all you get for now. So if you're looking to save the most amount of money on gas and perhaps drive something that's a little more environmentally friendly, you're going to need to shop somewhere else. The other major advantage that the Sienna has over the Carnival is the fact that it's available with optional all-wheel drive, which is a huge bonus for those who live in harsh winter conditions where they could really benefit from the security of an all-wheel drive system. In that way, the Carnival is a lot more like the Odyssey, only coming one way with a V6 engine and front-wheel drive, which is perfectly fine if you don't mind spending a little bit more money on gas and don't need to have an all-wheel drive system. In every other way, the Carnival is a great driving minivan. It has good handling, a quiet interior, and pretty decent ride quality too. Although it does feel very solid and comfortable, I do remember both the Sienna and Pacifica having an even softer, more comfortable ride than this, which is honestly ideal for a minivan because realistically, who's going to be throwing one of these around a corner like a sports car? I'd rather have a smooth, comfortable ride for carrying the family around, driving to work, because that's what minivans are all about. Where the Carnival does have a clear lead over its competitors, though, is with the interior, which is filled with amazing tech and features that really put it ahead of the pack. Every trim level of the Carnival comes surprisingly well equipped with lots of great active safety features and a really good touchscreen infotainment system. Of course, as you move up through the trim levels, you can add some pretty amazing tech. My top-of-the-line test car, for example, comes with an extra-large touchscreen infotainment system and a full digital gauge cluster, which both have amazing-looking graphics and a really easy-to-use interface. The touchscreen is one area where Kia has a clear lead over the Toyota and Honda, which both have pretty dated infotainment systems by comparison. Not only does the Carnival's infotainment system look really good, but it's very responsive, has an excellent clear menu structure, and comes packed with some pretty amazing features. For example, you get a passenger view and passenger talk system where you can actually see and talk to your passengers in the second and third row seats. There's also a great looking high definition backup camera with a surround view monitoring system that gives you a full 360 view all the way around the car. There's also a pretty neat feature called Sounds of Nature, where instead of listening to music, you can actually listen to various nature sounds, which are actually pretty soothing. Kia has thought of a lot of clever features inside of this car. There's also some pretty neat features for the second row as well. If you go for the top of the line trim level with Kia's VIP lounge seats, you get a pair of captain's chairs, which can not only slide forward and backward, but side to side. They're also electronically adjustable. They can recline. You've got a power ottoman for your feet, just like a high-end luxury car, which is pretty incredible. There's also an available rear entertainment system, tons of USB ports for connecting devices, heated and ventilated front and rear seats. You can get a sunroof for both the front and the backseat passengers, and you also get rear privacy shades as well. So basically, Kia has thought of pretty much everything that a family could possibly want. You can get a lot of these features in the other minivans as well, but I'm not sure whether their features list is quite as comprehensive as the one on the Carnival. As neat as it is to have all of these great features, I'm still not quite sure whether I'd get the top of the line Carnival with the VIP captain's chairs. For one thing, it reduces your practicality down from an 8-passenger vehicle to only 7, and you also lose the ability to remove the second row seats, which unfortunately you can't do with those captain's chairs. All Carnivals have the ability to fold the third row seats into the floor, which does give you a pretty good amount of space, but if you go for one of the 8-passenger versions, you can also remove the second row bench, which gives you a huge cargo area with enough space to carry large sheets of plywood, which is something that you can't do with other minivans like the Sienna. In terms of practicality though, the Carnival is definitely a very spacious minivan, easily on par with the Odyssey and Sienna, and you definitely get a lot more space than comparable 3-row SUVs like the Telluride. The other great thing about the Carnival is the amazing value that it offers. It's a very aggressively priced minivan that can cost thousands of dollars less than a comparable Sienna or Odyssey, which is a huge bonus. Minivans can definitely get pretty expensive, especially if you go for one of the higher trim models packed with a lot of features. So the fact that you can get into a Carnival for $5,000 to $10,000 cheaper than a comparable Sienna, Odyssey, or Pacifica is really impressive. Another piece to the Carnival's value is the amazing warranty that it comes with. You get a 5-year comprehensive warranty, and in the States, a 10-year powertrain warranty, which is pretty much unheard of and gives you a lot of peace of mind if you buy one of these. Although I'm not fully convinced that the Carnival is a better minivan than the Sienna or Odyssey in every single way, there's definitely a lot of things that it does better. It definitely offers a lot of the things that minivan buyers are looking for, including offering tons of interior space, lots of great features, and class-leading technology. It's also an unbeatable value, so if you're looking for a minivan on a budget, this could definitely save you quite a bit of money over a comparable Honda or Toyota. Even so, if you are willing to spend more money, there are some pretty big advantages to going with another minivan like the Toyota Sienna. For one thing, the Sienna has one of the best reputations for long-term reliability and very high resale value as well. So if you need to sell or trade it in down the road, you are going to get a lot of money back on the back end. Not only is it a very reliable and long-lasting minivan, but it's also very fuel efficient thanks to that hybrid drivetrain, and also gives you the option of all-wheel drive, which is important to a lot of buyers too. In many ways, it is still the best minivan on the market in the areas that matter most, but you do need to spend quite a bit more money to get one, so I can definitely see why the Carnival would be a very attractive value buy for a lot of consumers. It definitely feels like the superior minivan to the Odyssey or the Pacifica, and if you're going to save yourself a lot of money, then it would definitely make sense to consider one of these. It may not have the cool factor of an SUV, but if you're just looking to maximize space and carry a lot of things around, there's definitely no competition. So let me know what you think of the 2022 Kia Carnival. Would you consider one over a Honda Odyssey, Toyota Sienna, or Chrysler Pacifica, or would you buy an SUV instead? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. You can also take a look at some of my other car videos by taking a look at these links over here. Make sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram. And if you need any additional car buying advice, recommendations, or help with getting a great deal on your next new car purchase, you can check out carhelpcanada.com. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.